Last month, the Department of Justice announced shocking news that they were closing their reinvestigation into the murder of Emmett Till, the 14-year-old black boy from Chicago who was visiting family in Mississippi when he was kidnapped, tortured, murdered, and thrown into a river for allegedly whistling to a white woman in 1955. The investigation was launched in 2017 after a historian claimed that Emmett Till's accuser, Carolyn Bryant Donham, allegedly admitted to lying about the allegations against the child. But federal officials found that while there remains considerable doubt as to the credibility of her version of events, there is, quote, insufficient evidence to prove it. Despite this, a new ABC series, Women of the Movement, is revealing more than ever about Emmett Till's death and his life by telling his story through the eyes of the woman who knew him best, his mother.
We need you to prove to the jury that there was no hoax and that, as a mother, you would know your son better than anyone.
I understand. You need me to tell the truth. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
That was Adrienne Warren. She was named one of AP's Breakthrough Entertainers of 2021 and won a Tony Award for her portrayal of the rock icon Tina Turner on Broadway. Now, Adrienne plays Mamie Till-Mobley, the mother who fought to keep her son's story and memory from being erased. And Adrienne joins us from South Africa. Tam Fam, please also welcome the creator and executive producer of the series, Marissa Jo Cerar in Los Angeles. Thank you both so much for joining us. I have to tell you what, I've been in TV since I was 18. I'm now 50. This series is one of the most powerful and bold moves that a creative could take on, Marissa. The series is based on the 2015 book by Devery S. Anderson. When you're in the meetings and you're trying to get people to understand how you're going to tell this, what do you believe was the convincing component of it?
Well, thanks for having us, and thanks for watching it and supporting it. It means everything to me, and I know to Adrienne as well. For me, the project was brought to me, and it was said the Emmett Till story, and I immediately said the only way I can tell the story is if it's from the mother's point of view, because far too often do we take these stories and they become true crime stories, and that usually means we start with a dead body. And I wanted to start with his life, with his birth. I wanted to meet the boy before he was a victim or a martyr, and I wanted to meet his mother because she is coming of age too. She is a very quiet, simple woman, working woman in Chicago who becomes an international star on the activist platform. And so I just really thought if I was going to tell the story that it had to be the very character-driven, female-forward, humanity-forward take on the story.
Adrienne, for me, a kid growing up in Texas, I vividly remember, obviously, the story being a part of my life as a Black child, hearing it and hearing Mamie's decision to keep the casket open so the world could see what had happened to her son. So that was always a part of my history. But in this adaptation of her story, to Marissa's point, you bring a different layer to this mom. And she is now reminiscent of Eric Garner's mother and the many other mothers of the movement that we've gotten to know in recent time.
That's why I wanted to be a part of this incredible piece, because we are seeing it through the lens of humanity. It is not just telling this tragic story. It is widening and changing the perspective. It is humanizing a family. It is opening the lens to the world that you may possibly have a little bit of an understanding of what these mothers go through when this happens to our communities. And that's why I felt like this was so special.
Marissa, to that point, I mentioned Eric Garner's mother, but we know there's Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. The list goes on of the mothers that this story reminds us of in current day. I'm just going to be honest with you. I cannot imagine that every pitch meeting, every discussion was an easy one, because you have people who say, oh, gosh, this is divisive. Oh, gosh, this is 1955. Oh, gosh, you know, the DOJ's already made this decision. Haven't we talked about this enough? Don't we know this story enough? I am sure that there were skeptics.
I'm sure there were. I just sort of blocked all that out. And for me, we haven't heard the story from the mothers. We haven't gotten to meet these victims. We saw the end of George Floyd's life, but we didn't see his life. We didn't get to know Trayvon before his life was taken. And I thought that was why this was a fresh take, why this story had to be told. And I see it as a family drama, as more than, a true crime, hate crime drama. This is about this family and these people and what it's actually like to send your son on vacation for the first time, then he never comes home. I wanted to be with her because I can't imagine what she was going through, and I can't imagine the strength she was able to summon to identify his body. And instead of sitting in her bed and hiding for months, which she had every right to do, she got out there and she fought to make sure that it wouldn't happen again.
Well, coming up, as I mentioned, Adrienne has been named one of the breakthrough stars of the past year. More on her Tonys and all of the exciting things in her career. More of this important conversation with Adrienne and Marissa when we come back.
How dare she swear on a holy Bible to tell the truth, only to spout horrific lies about a child? A child that she knows is dead because of her.
A child they strategically referred to as a man.
And those lawyers never even showed her a picture of Bone.
Well, that was deliberate. On one hand, Bryant and Bylam claim they let him go because it wasn't the boy from the store. On the other hand, the wife says it was, so he deserved what he got. It doesn't make sense.
None of it does. Every word of it was a lie.
Welcome back. That was a powerful scene from the upcoming finale of the new limited series about Emmett Till and his mother, Mamie Till-Mobley, Women of the Movement, which airs on ABC this Thursday. I'm joined by Tony Award-winning actress Adrienne Warren, who plays Emmett Till's mother, Mamie Till-Mobley, and the creator and executive producer of the series, Marissa Jo Cerar. Thank you for sticking around and talking with us. Marissa, in that clip, we saw Mamie reacting to the testimony from Carolyn Bryant Donham that she gave in court, and the picture they tried to paint of Emmett Till. Throughout the series, we see how different people chose to omit information about the crime, how they chose to keep secrets about what they knew. Each of those decisions, as we know, based on the history and the coverage of it, all impacted how this was told in history and that trial.
Unfortunately, this happens again today where we, in order to justify a crime, we criminalize the victim. And they did that immediately. That was their strategy. And that is why this is based on, court records. The lawyers referred to him as a man when Emmett Till had just turned 14 before he got on that train, because they knew if a black man even looked at a white woman, that the jury would never, ever convict those men. So it was really important for me, for us, to make it very clear that he was a child in every episode, just so we could see that little face of that little boy.
Yeah.
And there's no question that those were lies.
You referenced the fact that we've not seen this perspective from the mother's voice. You have offered an interesting perspective on the journey of being a woman in so many ways. Handmaid's Tale, 13 Reasons Why. As a woman of color, as a woman, and presenting this critically acclaimed but also challenging content, is it what you imagined?
It's really hard, but I love it. I love telling stories. It's such a powerful way to reach people, to change minds, to open hearts. And as hard as it is, and as hard as some of the storytelling can be with brutal subject matter, it's important. We have to tell the hard stories. And I'm so proud.
It's so brilliant, and you should be. And I've been proud watching what you've created. Adrienne, equally proud to watch you on stage. You have played Tina Turner, the greatest, and now you are here with Mamie Till-Mobley. What an incredible year for you, incredible experience for you. How have you processed the weight of these two lives, and how has it impacted, I guess, your purpose as well?
I think these two women specifically have shown me my purpose, and it is to share the stories of and to shed light on incredible women who have persevered and lived their truth and shown their resilience. And anytime I, as a storyteller, can share our ancestors' stories or be a vessel for those whose stories need to be told so that they can inspire other people, no matter who you are, I'm grateful to do that. I think that is part of my purpose. I think that's why I'm here, to tell stories in this way and to share people like Mamie and to share people like Tina.
You're in South Africa right now filming another project?
I am. I am in South Africa filming The Woman King with Viola Davis, Tuso, Lashana Lynch, John Boyega, and directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, who directed our first episode.
Well, listen, you keep great company, clearly, and you are in one of the most amazing places in the world right now. So thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on fighting to have such an important series brought to television. Adrienne, Marissa, thank you. And the final 2 episodes of Women of the Movement air Thursday on ABC.